Alright guys, time to go right back again today. Hope you're enjoying your day so far, and a couple of days ago this came out from Sledgehammer Games. There's been some significant rumours these last few days that Sledgehammer Games will be developing the next Call of Duty game. Supposedly, this game, Cold War, was meant to be theirs, but Treyarch had to take over for whatever reason. Is next Call of Duty's title going to be once again a Sledgehammer Games title? And if it is, what are we going to get right? Are Jetpacks going to return? Is it going to be a World War II sequel, potentially World War III? These are some significant questions on the horizon, and what would be better for competitive play? Because it's been many years now since we've had Jetpacks in the title. A lot of people seem to think that they were more enjoyable to watch and potentially to play as well. So yeah, well, several years down the line, could we be having a return to Jetpacks? It may not be entirely out of the question. Intrigued to hear your thoughts in the comment section below. Like if you guys enjoyed the video, subscribe if you are new. As always, I'd greatly appreciate it. It really helps out the channel. Thank you very much indeed for doing that. And this then on the 31st of December from Sledgehammer Games, creators of Advanced Warfare way back in 2014 and then World War II in 2017. And here we are, power off, power on. Let's try this again. Happy New Year. And the rumours came out a while ago now that Cold War was meant to be Sledgehammer Games' title, as it typically has been, right? We've had a Treyarch title such as Black Ops 4 coming out in 2018, then Modern Warfare coming out in 2019, then Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War coming out in 2020, but it was supposed to be, we imagine, developed by Sledgehammer Games, and kind of Treyarch came in, and that's maybe why you don't see some of the vibrant colours that you may have seen in previous Treyarch games, because it's probably not an entirely Treyarch product in that sense. And well, for some reason, Sledgehammer Games just messed it up, and Activision said, look, Treyarch, you've got to come in and fix this mess. But maybe they're giving Sledgehammer Games another chance. Of course, Michael Condrey has moved on, but still the development studio is, well, still pretty well known. And they may be back in business for Call of Duty 2021. Now, what could that possibly mean? Modern Warzone comes out as his apologies for the intoxicated tweets last night, because he saw this and tweeted out, breaking, Sledgehammer Games will be developing the next Call of Duty title, Advanced Warfare 2, ? Which of course is far from confirmed. But I deleted this, obviously unconfirmed as of right now. But the rumour is that supposedly it could be something like World War III. So World War II, of course, came out a couple of years ago, and some pros talking just a couple of days ago that we looked at about the fact that World War II was, in their opinion, the best competitive Call of Duty since way back in Black Ops 2. Was it the best game to watch from a competitive perspective, though? In my opinion, certainly not. So if Sledgehammer Games do have to make a game, you'd imagine it would be some sort of sequel to their previous titles. Either World War II, a sequel to that, or a sequel to Advanced Warfare, right? So would you prefer a World War III, whatever that might entail, some sort of boots on the ground stuff, which I suppose could integrate better into Warzone? That's probably something you've got to consider right now. The fact that Warzone's boots on the ground, Modern Warfare's engine, it might be a bit weird to go to a Jetpack game and still have Warzone kind of as a byproduct of that. So maybe it makes more sense for them to stay on boots on the ground, which I imagine it does. But if they were considering a game to bring back to the Jetpack era, Advanced Warfare 2 may make sense, right? The first Jetpack era game in Call of Duty history, and well, it was a phenomenal game to watch. I think it definitely had some phenomenal maps on that game. Do I think the game was competitively the best, and do I really like Jetpacks in that title? Not particularly. The game did frustrate me quite a lot, but at some point in the future, you'd imagine that we do go back to Jetpacks, right? They made that decision for a reason to switch Call of Duty up. They stayed there for 3 years. They kind of admitted that Infinite Warfare was a good game, but it was just at the wrong time, because the hatred for the Jetpack era had, well, kind of hit an all-time high when that game came out. You guys might remember all the backlash to the trailer that came out at the time, but certainly a lot of pros having mixed opinions on this one. And as Crone tweeted out yesterday, which would you rather, Advanced Warfare 2 or World War 3? Personally, I think I'd prefer to go back to Advanced Warfare 2, but yeah, supposedly World War 3 is also potentially on the horizon. As Crone says, it is the current rumour as it stands right now. So no announcement as of yet who is going to be making this year's current game, and so maybe it's Sledgehammer Games or something to that effect. But what was more entertaining for competitive? Not necessarily just to play, because I suppose from a playing perspective, you can definitely make the argument that World War 2 is better. The spawns made more sense. The maps were, more coherent, and it played more like a traditional Black Ops 2 style Call of Duty game, even though the maps weren't great. And well, it definitely was a boring game to watch from my perspective, and Jetpacks were absolute chaos, but they did make for pretty entertaining games, and Black Ops 3 I actually thought was a phenomenal competitive Call of Duty. And you can make the argument that Infinite Warfare was as well, maybe with the exception of the camo and some other specialist issues really in those Jetpack titles. So Advanced Warfare 2 without specialists may be the way to go. So I'm intrigued to hear your thoughts in the comment section below, and pros certainly have very different opinions on the matter. So as Dana Senpai tweeted out back in November, 3 days until Cold War drops, you think they still have time to put Jetpacks into the game? So a lot of people really been talking these last several months that, okay, we've been back on boots on the ground for a while now, ever since World War II, back in 2017. Is it time for the grand return to the Jetpack era? And when will it happen? And with Warzone going on right now, is it ever going to happen in the near future? Who really knows? But I mean, then again, with Black Ops Cold War coming out, all they really did was added the new guns into Warzone. They didn't actually really change anything about Warzone in general. So maybe you could have a Jetpack game kind of tied to Warzone loosely with the weapons and stuff. Maybe that would give people different stuff to play in terms of how the game feels and the dynamics of it. And maybe in a couple of years' time, Warzone isn't as popular as it is right now because, you know, obviously things get stale over time. So maybe they just add jetpacks into Warzone. Who really knows? There's some other battle royales that I believe have been trying that out. As Attach says on 9th of December, 4v4 CoD is amazing. And as Simp says, now we just need jetpacks, right? Simp the jetpacker from back in the day and will be perfect. Jetpacks got a lot of hate, but they were some of the most entertaining and fun Call of Duty games. And Attach probably wouldn't mind going back to jetpacks, given the fact that he's the Call of Duty World Champion in 2015 on Call of Duty Advanced Warfare. So Advanced Warfare 2 might be right up this guy's street, and Clayster is probably thinking the same thing as well. And as Crone says way back in June now, which three were better, jetpacks versus boot run? And if you look at Advanced Warfare, Black Ops 3, Infinite Warfare, in terms of how good they were to watch and to play, and the maps I thought were phenomenal in large part on those games. Infinite Warfare a little bit questionable. Then you look at World War II, Black Ops 4, Modern Warfare, right? The last three Call of Duty boots on the ground games. And Black Ops 4, you can even argue, wasn't really a boots on the ground game just because how quick you moved. It was 5 versus 5. The grapple was in the game. This type of stuff made it play a lot similar, to be honest, to a jetpack game than the other titles. But World War II Modern Warfare were obviously, clearly, as you can see right here, not getting the most votes, right? So, should we go back to the jetpack era? That is certainly a major consideration. As BZ says, take me back to jetpacks, I'm begging. I remember watching this live at the Black Ops 3 World Championship, I believe it was, in one of the pool play. They were playing against Infuse, and BZ went on a 14 streak, as you can see, 43 in 26, absolutely frying, gets the Cerberus. No, well, yeah, he's pretty keen, clearly, to go back to a jetpack era. And as Nick says from FaZe, I miss Uplink way back in May, and Clinics replies, I just miss jetpacks full stop, right? Clinics had his come up really in Black Ops 4, the World Championship, where he was destroying that Team Envy squad, then got his opportunity here on the Toronto Ultra, but he's still pretty keen, clearly, to go back to a jetpack era as well. But not everyone agrees. Octane says on the 1st of January, World War II had one of the best competitive CODs we have ever had. And as Ake says, best competitive COD since way back in Black Ops 2. I didn't realize people thought this game wasn't incredible for competitive COD. It also did have a great league play system, right? So that is certainly something to consider about the title. So, well, potentially we could bring back integrated game battles and stuff like that as well. So it definitely had its positives. But yeah, to watch and to play maybe wasn't the greatest, right? But World War 3 could be better. Who really knows? But yeah, Advanced Warfare 2 would probably be my preference if we had to go down a direction, just because I think it's been a while since we've had jetpacks, and well, maybe it's about time that we go back to that era. And those games are very fun to play, and they have a massive skill gap, to be honest, in at least in terms of public matches. But then again, skill-based matchmaking is going to be in the game, so is it really the biggest difference? Probably not. And whether this even happens is still very much up in the air right now. And as Parasite says, look, no cap in reply. So Parasite likes World War II, but a lot of people probably would say Advanced Warfare was more fun. There's always probably an element of rose-tinted glasses to a degree. The fact that the older the Call of Duty games tend to get, the more beneficial you'll tend to look on them. I mean, World War II right now has a pretty decent reputation, all things considered, especially given how much people hated it at the time. And over time, people do tend to look back a little bit more favourably than maybe they would have done. But well, certainly an interesting discussion, I'm sure. And speaking of Attach a little bit earlier, the Call of Duty World Champion back in 2015, Scump tweets this out in June, the Chosen One. I thought this was a pretty funny clip. How, well, Scump kills him jumping out of top right here on Hackney Yards. And well, Attach manages to jump in mid-air. Not really sure exactly what he bounced off, but yeah, pretty funny clip. And as Attach says in reply, finally, jetpacks are back in COD. And well, I'm sure a lot of players would actually like to see this. I mean, Simp was talking, of course, well, obviously a phenomenal player back in a Search and Destroy tournaments in Black Ops 3 and other games of that cycle. And then Black Ops 4 was his come-up year, but that played, you could argue, quite similarly to jetpack titles as well. Just to finish off with this clip from Draza, absolutely frying in scrims, just rotate, this is Draza's hill now. And the question is really if, well, Los Angeles Thieves don't perform too well this season, will Draza get an opportunity in the starting lineup again, as he did on the Optic Gaming Los Angeles team last season? Intrigued to hear your thoughts in the comment section below. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did enjoy it, I'd greatly appreciate a like on the video. Really helps out the YouTube algorithm to know you enjoyed this content. Other people like you may enjoy this content as well, and help grow the competitive Call of Duty community. Thank you for watching as always, take care, and I will see you next time.
Right. I'll go dead. Brother running at you, dead. Watch out, watch out.
One bullet? No, he got away.
He ran, he's going top.
All good, they're gonna be
Block.
You're driveway on me.
Look at him,
What's art? What's that van on me?
Hey, the ramp.
Our door dead.
Top art, I'm one here.
Top art, dead. Van at top, van at top.
Stop.
Holy sh**.
Oh my god, you
Imagine, shot 4 people inside.
Hostiles have captured the hard point. This isn't how we drilled it. Pull it back. Hard point is secure.